When she realizes you are gone for good, it hits different because she is not just losing your attention anymore. She is losing access to the version of you that used to care even when she was cold. She is losing the man who used to check, wait, explain, forgive too quickly, and keep the door open even after she walked away from it. And that is the part most men never understand. Your absence does not hit her when you are pretending to be gone. It hits her when your life finally stops pointing in her direction. Because in the beginning, she may not believe it. She may think you are just hurt. She may think you are trying to get a reaction. She may think you will come back after a few days, send one emotional message, ask how she is doing, or find some small excuse to reopen the door. But when you do not, something changes. In a few minutes, you are going to understand why your silence only becomes powerful when it is connected to real self respect. And before this is over, you will know exactly what to do if she feels your absence and tries to come back, because that is where most men lose everything they worked so hard to rebuild. They go silent until she reaches out, then they become the same desperate man again. Do not be that man, because the strongest thing you can do is not disappear to punish her. It is not go cold to hurt her. It is not become cruel so she feels what you felt. The strongest thing you can do is become a man whose peace no longer depends on her attention. That is what gone for good really means. It does not mean you hate her. It does not mean you never cared. It means the old version of you is no longer available. The version that chased is gone. The version that begged is gone. The version that checked her stories at night and called it curiosity is gone. The version that waited for one reply, like his whole identity was trapped inside her phone, is gone. And when that version disappears, it hits different. Most men make the same mistake after a woman pulls away. They think they need to do something immediately. They need to text. They need to explain. They need to apologize again. They need to remind her of the good moments. They need to make her understand what she is losing. But if she has chosen distance, your words do not always bring her closer. Sometimes your words make her feel pressure. Sometimes your explaining makes you look like you are trying to convince her to value something she already had. Sometimes your chasing teaches her that she can pull away and still keep your full emotional attention. That is dangerous because if she can leave and still have your energy, she does not feel the cost of losing you. If she can go cold and still receive your warmth, she does not feel the weight of her distance. If she can ignore you and still know you are waiting, she does not have to wonder if access is gone. You cannot be missed if you refuse to become absent. That line matters. You cannot be missed if you keep showing up. You cannot be missed if you keep explaining. You cannot be missed if you keep orbiting her life through social media, mutual friends, emotional posts, and late night messages disguised as maturity. Real absence is not just silence. Real absence is when your attention comes back to you. That is where most men fail. They stop texting, but they do not stop chasing. They do not call, but they still watch. They do not beg out loud, but inside they are still waiting like a man standing outside a locked door hoping she opens it. That is not power, that is emotional waiting. A grounded man does not wait like his life is paused. He steps back and starts living again. He does not make his silence a performance. He does not go quiet so she panics. He goes quiet because he finally respects himself enough not to stop forcing connection where effort is not mutual. That is the difference. Fake silence says, I hope she notices. Real self respect says, I am no longer available for this dynamic. Fake silence counts days. Real self respect builds discipline. Fake silence waits for her to break. Real self respect breaks your old pattern. And when your old pattern breaks, she may feel it. At first, she may not. At first, she may feel relief. She may feel free. She may think you finally stopped bothering her. She may think the pressure is gone. She may even believe she made the right decision. Let her. Do not panic because she feels relief at first. A lot of men destroy their power right there. They go silent for a few days, then their fear starts talking. They think, she is moving on. She forgot me. She does not care. I need to do something. So they send a message, and with one weak message, they restart the old dynamic. Do not interrupt reality because fear gets loud. If she wanted space, let her feel space. If she wanted distance, let her feel distance. If she wanted life without your presence, step back enough for her to actually experience it, not as revenge, as reality, because reality teaches what your words cannot. Over time, when your absence is real, She may start noticing what is no longer there: no checking in, no emotional paragraphs, no soft messages, no hidden signals, no story views, no indirect posts, no quiet orbiting around her life, just space. And that space can become heavy, not because you forced it, because access changed. She may begin to realize that the man she thought would always be emotionally available is no longer reaching. She may begin to wonder if the door is still open. She may begin to question whether she took your presence for granted. She may begin to feel the difference between having your attention and not having it. But listen carefully. You cannot build your life around her realization. If your whole goal is for her to feel your absence, you are still emotionally controlled by her. Your mission is not to make her hurt. Your mission is to stop hurting yourself by chasing someone who chose distance. That is real power. Because when a woman realizes you are gone for good, the part that hits different is not only that you stop talking, it is that you stop needing her to know. You stop talking. You are not performing your silence. You are not posting your healing. You are not trying to show her you moved on. You are not building your body so she regrets it. You are not making money so she hears about it. You are not changing your life as a message to her. You are changing because your future deserves a stronger man. That is when the energy becomes real, and real energy cannot be faked. Now, let us talk about the late night moment, because this is where most men break. It is late. The room is quiet. Your phone is next to you. You remember the way she used to talk to you. You remember the good moments. You remember her warmth before she became cold. Then you remember the distance, the silence, the way she acted like your presence did not matter anymore. Your chest gets heavy. Your mind starts negotiating just one message, just one check, just one look at her story, just one question to a friend, just one small sign to see if she still cares. But be honest with yourself. You are not looking for peace. You are looking for relief, and relief is not the same as strength. A strong man tells himself the truth before he acts. He does not call checking her profile curiosity. He does not call panic love. He does not call anxiety closure. He does not call a weak message maturity. He says, I want to do this because I want the pain to stop. Then he chooses discipline. He writes the message in his notes and does not send it. He puts the phone away. He walks, he trains, he prays if faith is part of his life, he sleeps. He lets the urge rise and fall without turning it into another mistake. That is how self trust comes back. Every time you say you will not text and then you text, you lose trust in yourself. Every time you say you will stop checking and then you check, you lose trust in yourself. Every time you promise dignity and then chase, you teach yourself that your emotions are stronger than your standards. And once a man cannot trust himself, confidence becomes fake. Real confidence is built through proof that you can miss her and still not chase, proof that you can feel jealousy and still not check, proof that you can feel lonely and still not beg, proof that you can love someone without abandoning yourself. That proof changes how you carry yourself. And how you carry yourself is what changes everything. A man who trusts himself does not move like a man begging to be chosen. He does not panic because she is silent. He does not build his day around her possible return. He does not read every sign like his value depends on it. He has direction. Direction is powerful. A man with direction is not orbiting around a woman's uncertainty. He has things to build. He has a body to strengthen. He has money to earn. He has skills to sharpen. He has faith to deepen. He has standards to protect. He has a future to create. And when a man has direction, his attention has value. That matters, because attention without boundaries loses value. If she can walk away and still have your attention has no boundary. If she can ignore you and still know you are waiting, your presence has no consequence. If she can give less and you give more, your effort becomes something she does not have to earn. Stop making your effort automatic. Be warm but not desperate. Be open but not needy. Be patient but not passive. Be kind but not blind. Be calm but not weak. That is balance. Most men lose balance when they feel abandoned. First they chase, then they become angry. First they beg, then they act cold. First they worship her, then they insult her. First they overgive, then they try to punish. That is not masculine strength. That is emotional instability. A strong man does not swing wildly because his ego got hurt. He stays centered. He can care without chasing. He can miss her without begging. He can be open to truth without being available for confusion. That is maturity. Now, when she realizes you are gone for good, she may not come running immediately. She may not send a dramatic apology. She may not admit anything. Sometimes the realization begins quietly. She notices you no longer check. She notices you no longer react. She notices you are not asking about her. She notices your energy has disappeared from her world. She notices the absence of the man she thought would always reach. And sometimes that creates curiosity. Curiosity is not love. Do not confuse them. She may watch quietly. She may ask around. She may react to something. She may send a small message. She may act casual. She may say, "Hope you're doing well," when what she really wants to know is whether the door is still open. But a test is not a return. A signal is not a commitment. A story view is not love. A hey is not accountability. A late night text is not change behavior. A woman touching the door is not the same as a woman walking through it with clarity. That is where men fail. They see one small sign and get emotional. They think she misses me. She wants me back. This is my chance. So they rush. They reply too fast. They write too much. They ask what it means. They try to turn one small signal into a full relationship conversation. And suddenly she feels the old pressure again. Do not do that. If she reaches out, stay calm, not cold calm. If she says, "Hey," you can say, "Hey, hope you're doing well." That is enough. Then observe, does she bring clarity? Does she show consistency? Does she take responsibility? Does she respect your pace? Does she communicate with maturity? Or does she only want to see if she still has access to your emotions? A needy man gets drunk on words. A grounded man watches actions. Do not get drunk on words. Words are easy when someone is lonely. Words are easy when guilt appears. Words are easy when nostalgia hits at night. But consistency is harder. Accountability is harder. Respecting boundaries is harder. That is why you move slowly. If she says, "I miss you," you can say, "I hear you. What made you reach out?" If she says, "I've been thinking about us," you can say, "I understand. What do you want to do with that?" If she says, "Can we talk?" You can say, "We can talk, but I am not rushing back into anything." Those responses are not games. They are calm boundaries. They invite clarity without begging. They show openness without desperation. They protect your peace without attacking her. A real return can handle patience. A fake return usually cannot. If she genuinely wants to reconnect, she will respect your pace. If she only wants emotional access, your boundaries may make her disappear again. Let that happen. You need truth more than temporary comfort because comfort can pull you back into the same cycle. Truth sets you free. Now, let us talk about the deeper emotional truth. When she realizes you are gone for good, what hits different is not just losing you, it is losing the version of you that made her feel safe even when she was unsure. She may remember your patience. She may remember your consistency. She may remember the way you listened. She may remember how much you cared. She may remember that you were not perfect, but you were present. But that does not mean she deserves instant access. A woman can miss your presence and still not be ready to respect it. A woman can regret losing you and still not be mature enough to repair what she damaged. A woman can feel your absence and still only want comfort, not accountability. That is why you cannot confuse her missing you with her being ready. Missing is emotion, readiness is behavior. Missing can happen at night, readiness shows up over time. Missing can send a text. Readiness brings consistency. Missing can say, "I miss you." Readiness says, "I understand what happened and I am willing to rebuild trust with actions." That difference matters. If you ignore that difference, you will return to the same pain with a softer beginning, and you are not here to repeat the same cycle. You are here to become the man who no longer loses himself inside it. That is why the 7 day reset matters. For the next 7 days, do not message her first from panic. Do not check her stories. Do not ask mutual friends about her. Do not post to get her attention. Do not make emotional decisions at night. Do not reread old messages until your chest hurts. Do not send a soft message when what you really want is reassurance. Put that energy into training, work, money, sleep, discipline, faith, emotional control, and rebuilding your identity. Train your body even if your mind is heavy. Clean your room even if your emotions feel messy. Fix your sleep because tired men make weak decisions. Eat properly because heartbreak drains your focus. Walk when anxiety hits. Brought what you want to send, but do not send it. Put your phone away before midnight. Build your day before your emotions build it for you. This is not about pretending you do not care. It is about proving that her absence does not own you. Every time you do not chase, you rebuild self trust. Every time you do not check, you rebuild peace. Every time you do not send a fear based message, You rebuild dignity. Every time you keep your routine while hurting, you become stronger. Confidence is not built by saying, I am confident. Confidence is built by keeping promises to yourself. You said you would not chase. Do not chase. You said you would not check. Do not check. You said you would not beg. Do not beg. That is how a man becomes solid, and a solid man is hard to pull back into chaos. Now, what does gone for good mean in a healthy way? It does not mean you are closed forever because of pride. It does not mean you hate her. It does not mean you are trying to punish her with silence. It does not mean you will never listen if she comes back with maturity. It means you are gone from the old dynamic for good. You are gone from chasing for good, gone from begging for good, gone from checking for good, gone from proving your worth for good, gone from making her silence the center of your life for good, gone from abandoning yourself every time someone becomes uncertain for good. That is the kind of gone that mattered, not bitterness, standards, not revenge, self respect, not cruelty, freedom, because bitterness still keeps you attached. Revenge still keeps you focused on her. Trying to make her suffer still means her reaction is your mission. Freedom is different. Freedom says, I do not need to hurt you. I just refuse to lose myself again. That is power. Now, maybe she realizes it too late. Maybe she comes back after you've already changed. Maybe she expects the old warmth and finds a calmer man. Maybe she expects you to be grateful for her attention, but you are no longer starving. Maybe she expects one message to pull you back, but now you watch actions. That is when it hits different because she is no longer dealing with the man who needed her reply to feel okay. She is dealing with a man who built peace without it. A man who can love deeply but still walk away. A man who can listen but not surrender his standards. A man who can care but not chase confusion. A man who can be kind but not easy. That man is hard to manipulate. That man is hard to replace. That man is hard to pull into the same cycle. And even if she never sees him, he still wins because he has to live with himself. He has to look in the mirror. He has to remember how he handled the pain. He has to know whether heartbreak made him smaller or stronger. Choose stronger. Do not let her absence make you bitter. Do not let her silence make you desperate. Do not let her return make you weak. Do not let her regret become your identity. Use the pain to become sharper, sharper in your standards, sharper in your discipline, sharper in your emotional control, sharper in your ability to walk away when respect is missing. That is growth. A weak man uses heartbreak as an excuse to become worse. A strong man uses heartbreak as a reason to become better, not for her, for himself. Now, when she realizes you are gone for good, she may feel the difference between attention and value. Attention is easy to replace for a while. Value is different. Value is the person who was steady when things got hard. Value is the man who showed up with consistency. Value is the energy she assumed would always be there until it stopped being available. But you cannot force her to see your value. You can only stop discounting it. That means you stop proving, you stop explaining, you stop competing, you stop trying to remind her, you stop trying to be chosen by someone who is unsure. You live your value. That is enough. If she sees it, she sees it. If she does not, you still keep it because your value cannot depend on her recognition. A man who needs a woman to recognize his value will always be afraid. Afraid of silence, afraid of rejection, afraid of another man, afraid of distance, afraid of being forgotten. A man who knows his value can still feel pain, but he does not worship fear. He moves with standards. That is what you need. Now, if she never comes back, you still have a choice. You can keep living like a man waiting for a woman who may never return, or you can become the man who realized that her absence gave him back the one thing he had been neglecting himself. Your body needs you. Your work needs you. Your future needs you. Your faith needs you. Your family needs you. Your purpose needs you. Your discipline needs you. Your younger self needs you to stop begging for love from people who make you feel replaceable. Come back to yourself. That is the real return. Because sometimes the woman does not come back, but your strength does, your clarity does, your confidence does, your peace does, your direction does. And when those things come back, you are not the same man anymore. You are better. That is the win most men do not see because they are too focused on her. Stop making her the prize. Peace is the prize. Self respect is the prize. Discipline is the prize. A life you are proud of is the prize. A relationship without those things is not a prize. It is a cycle, and you are done with cycles. Now, if she does come back, remember this. Do not make her return bigger than your growth. Her return is not proof that you are valuable. You were valuable before she returned. Her regret is not proof that you mattered. You mattered before she regretted. Her message is not proof that you are finally enough. You were enough before the message. If you forget that, you will hand your power back. So stay centered, but do not rush. Care, but do not chase. Be open, but do not become easy. Watch actions, not just words. Let consistency prove what emotion claims, because consistency reveals what emotion hides. A person can miss you for one night. A person can regret for one week. A person can feel nostalgic after seeing your absence. But consistency shows whether they are ready to treat you differently. That is what you watch, not the intensity of her words, the stability of her actions. And if the actions do not match, you step back again. No drama, no punishment, no emotional collapse, just standards. That is how a man moves when he is truly grown. Tonight, when your mind tells you to check if she has realized it yet, do not check. When your ego wants proof that she misses you, do not search for proof. When your heart wants to send one small message, do not send from panic. When loneliness tells you to reopen a door that hurts you, breathe, put the phone down, stand up, drink water, walk, train, pray, work, sleep, build. Do one thing that makes tomorrow better, because discipline is how a man tells heartbreak, you can hurt me, but you cannot lead me. That is the man she remembers, not the man who begged, not the man who folded, not the man who waited by the phone like his whole life was trapped inside one notification. The man who hurt but stayed composed. The man who cared but did not abandon himself. The man who missed her but kept moving. The man who turned silence into strength, pain into standards, and loss into direction. That man is hard to forget. That man is hard to replace. That man is free. So remember this, when she realizes you are gone for good, it may hit different. She may feel your absence. She may remember your presence. She may wonder if she lost access. She may test the door. She may come back, or she may stay silent forever. But your response must stay the same at the center. Calm, clear, putter. Self respecting. You do not chase her realization. You do not worship her regret. You do not collapse over her return. You do not punish her with bitterness. You keep building. Because the deepest truth is this: the goal is not to make her realize you are gone. The goal is to realize you are finally back, back to your discipline, back to your peace, back to your standards, back to your future, back to yourself. And in the next video, you will learn the quiet signs she regrets losing you and how to handle her return without giving away the power you worked so hard to rebuild.